everyone, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching. So today I'm going to show you how to use the new Creative Craft Products Inside Out dies. They create these really fun designs that are inside the card. So it's just a nice surprise for the person when they open it. So you might have something really lovely on the front. You might have a kinetic kind of function on the front of the card, and then they could have this really fun pop-up inside it as well. Really simple. It's kind of that like one pass through your die machine process, and then it's just down to the decoration. So there are 4 new ones. There's the Happy Birthday, Congratulations, Best Wishes, and then Merry Christmas, which is the one I'm going to share today. So this is the Congratulations one. So I've cut this on a whole piece of white card, and then I've cut the Congratulations in holographic and just pieced that back over the top to create that look. And you can see they all fold flat, so they're going to be easy to post. This one here, I cut this on a small piece of the pink card, and then I used my pattern papers there to add the detail. You also get these lovely little like icons with each of the sentiments, and then the Best Wishes one here. So that's from one piece of white card, and then I've popped that onto the craft card. And again, see they all fold down, and I've even got some embellishments on this one, but it's still pretty flat when that folds. So they're really simple to do. So let's get started. So these are the 4 sets. So the Best Wishes, Congratulations, Happy Birthday, and Merry Christmas. You get 9 dies in each. So you get your main sentiment, you get these kind of details here that you can cut into the kind of panels above and below the sentiment. And then you've got florals and a dragonfly in that one. This one you've got like an engagement ring there, champagne, the champagne glasses and the champagne bunting. And then for the birthday, you've got the birthday present, balloon, party hat, candle, and the cake. And then for the Merry Christmas, you can see the icons there, and I'm going to use that one now. So I'll show you those in more detail. So that's how the main die looks. You'll get that in every set, and that will go through a standard die machine. Obviously, if you want to create it on maybe like a larger surface and have this cut into the middle, then you may need to have a bigger machine. But I've done 5x7, 4x6 and 6x6, and I've not needed to change my machine. I've just used a standard one. There's the little details there, so you can cut that into these sections. I might do that one on today's card, or you can have this as a matte layer and then cut into it. And then you get these little ones here. So you've got the pudding, the bell, the little Christmas sack there, a snowflake, tree, and a candy cane. So I have cut some of these. The candy cane I cut in white, and then I just coloured the stripes using a marker. And then with the little stockings here, I cut them all in white, then I cut them all in red, and I just cut away the detail, because you can see you get this embossed detail, so it's really easy to know where to cut. And then the little pudding I think is really cute as well. And then I've cut myself a few of the trees and the snowflakes there. That's what I'm going to be using for my decoration. So there are lots of ways to do this. Like I said, this one here is actually just a small piece. There's just a little tab under there and under there, and then I've just filled it with this pattern paper. That's in the 5x7, because obviously the die isn't 7 inches wide, but I wanted to put it inside that size card. So there's lots of ways to adapt it. I'm going to do a 6x6 today. So I've got my 6x6 red card blank. So that's cut from a piece of 12x6 along the 12-inch side. I've scored at 6 inches. Fold that in half. And then this piece is your layer to go on top. So you get a nice frame around there. So this is 11 3/4 by 5 3/4. This is if you want to cut it into one long piece. Now, how much you have popping out is entirely up to you. So this score line here, you create yourself. So I've done all of mine at 1 inch. So you can see they all pop out by 1 inch, but you could have that as 1/2 inch if you want. You could have yours popping out as much as 3 inches. As long as it can fold down and hide inside the card, you can have it as, you know, any kind of width that you want. So have a play around with them. But because I want to do it at 1 inch, I'm just sitting this on the top here, and then with my ruler from the score line here, I'm just going to mark 1 inch, and again just mark there 1 inch. And then I'm going to take the die, and the bottom of the sentiment is going to line up with my little pencil mark, so I can get rid of this red card for now. So I'm taking this bottom end here, and I'm sitting that so it lines up with the pencil mark. So you can see there it's cut everything out, and it's left me these score lines. Now it has just cut a little bit off there, so what I'm going to have to do is just trim that edge off there just so it's nice and neat. Just pop out all of the pieces. Okay, so that's now all ready. So what you want to do is fold that bottom score line, line it back up so you've got a nice border on these three sides, and you'll see it comes out by 1 inch because that's where we lined up that pencil. Then you fold the top one here, okay, and then with your scoreboard, from that top score line, I'm then going to score 1 inch. So I've just lined it up with my 4 inch marker there, so I'm scoring at 5. So whatever you decide to do, so if it was 1/2 inch, you'd then do 1/2 inch from this one. And then I'm just going to fold that back. So you want that shape. You can then stick this down with the same border, and you have your pop-up. And I find having a more of a solid background works best because it really then does pop. You can see there the congratulations really shows. Against the craft card it looks brilliant. You can really see your sentiment there. And again, the happy birthday. So I'm going to take my glue and run that all along the bottom. And just focus on getting your borders the same, like so. And then you can just fold this all down, and you'll see your top end will line up there. Again, add your glue. So again, inside the card, I'm folding it down like this, and then close the card. Now, because you don't have cut lines at the top or bottom, you can get really creative with these. I think there'd be some fun ways to use them on the outside of the card, on maybe the top fold as a bit of a pop out. There'd be lots of different ways to use this. And then if you need to just move it a bit, you can, but that is exactly where it needs to be. I think if you've got some chimney tops for this one and a silhouette of Santa, that would look really nice with the Merry Christmas. And then the idea is you've got this space here to write your message. So even in these ones here, you can write something on that one. You could write something here. And then on this one here, you've got your space to be able to write your sentiment even up there as well. I said about the treetops, I've got one of my papers here from an older collection. What I thought I would do is have this along this top section. So everyone's measurement's going to be different, but just bring it in by 1/4 inch. That's what I tend to do for my mats and layers. So this would be 5.5 by, it's going to be 3 5/8. Okay, I really like that. So that's the finished card. I added some of the trees onto the back there as well as the front, and then I've just popped the stockings up on a little bit of foam just so there's a bit of a shadow behind them so they pop a bit more, and just those other two down there. I can see this, if you're going to use the stocking, I think a fireplace, a fire scene would be lovely here, and then you maybe have your space for your message up there, or you could have the fireplace and then the treetops and Santa, or Santa's legs coming down the chimney. I've just shown these using the elements that come in the die set, but I can see these being used with so many other things. So, you know, think what you've got in your stash that these could possibly work well with. And then on the front, you know, just keep it really simple, just a nice pattern paper and a smaller sentiment, because these are designed to be displayed open. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick little look at the new Inside Out dies by Creative Craft Products. As always, I will link all of the product that I've used in the description box below. If I can find some of the papers still available, I will link those as well. And as always, if you've enjoyed today's tutorial and you're not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell, and that way you won't miss out on any future videos. See you all again soon. Bye.